Okay, ladies, let's go. We're on the field. Let's go. Lily, you're up. We're home. Lily, go. We're home. Let's go.
Oakland! Wigan! Oakland! Wigan! I said Oakland! Wigan! Good luck! Good luck!
Good afternoon, everyone. That was not a mistake. You heard the Rocklin Thundercats cheering over the Vipers during their warm-up ritual, the pregame ritual. It's not normal, but the intensity of this matchup is such that I'd expect nothing less. So we'll see how the Vipers respond to that as we proceed. Early contentiousness and intensity this game has already begun to bring. On the mound for the Vipers is Mia Souza, number 8. Here's a ball hit the shortstop, fielded by Talati. Thrown across the diamond, not in time. Sophia Reiko was able to keep that ball in front of her instead of going to the backstop or to the fence, potentially allowing a double. An extra base. Reiko was able to block that ball. Official score calls that a single. And so the Thundercats are off to a good start. Ball 1-1. Mara McAvoy at third base. Head to Lauti at shortstop. Addie Cheney at second base. Sophia Reiko at first base. There's a ball hit to left field, but foul.
We put the other umbrella right there.
And it takes off. Ball gets past the catcher, bounces in the dirt and gets past the catcher. A wild pitch. Takes the base and the runner goes to third. The Thundercats have something going here in the early part of this game. Nice inside pitch, inside corner of the plate. So strike one. On the first and third throw, Pratt Chapman throws on the third base, trying to catch that runner leaning the wrong way. She dives safely back as McAvoy applies the tag. Line drive to right center field. Tanner cuts it off. Throws it back in. The runner from Rocklin comes into second base, slides in ahead of the throw. Safe! Wow, she read the nonchalance of the outfield out there and just never stopped running. Let's take a look at that again. They had the ball in plenty of time in the outfield. Let's see, the ball's hit to right center field. Tanner gets it right there. She's got the ball. The runner's not even at first base yet, but she reads the outfielder and sees the way she's playing it and throwing it in, and she just keeps running. That is basically Rocklin's way of saying, hey, Vipers, guess what? We're here to play today. And just like they talked over them during their cheer in the beginning of the game, they're playing over them now in this first inning. At this level of competition, championship game, both teams are really going to have to step up their intensity, not just in the dugout, but also in the field, and not take anything for granted. As base runners and base coaches are looking for any advantage they can get. There's another ball. Foul ball. With two runners already in and another in scoring position at second base, and nobody out at the top of the first. Rocklin is threatening to break this open from the very beginning. The Vipers are going to have to make a stand here sooner or later, or this game will be over quickly. What a play by Cheney. Ball is laced towards second base. Cheney reaches out, grabs the ball, wheels towards second base, and throws it to a breaking Edilauti for the double play. Let's take a look at it again. You see Cheney ranging to her left, our right, stabs at the ball and grabs it, and then immediately wheels to Edilauti to finish off the double play. And now it's 2 down. Big number 0-0 is up to Rocklin. First pitch, foul ball. Susan's ahead of her. No balls, 1 strike. Susie just wants to survive this first inning. She has pitched a couple of games in a row, so she could be beginning to wear down a bit. There's another foul straight back. She's quickly ahead 0-2. Susie pitched a couple of innings in the first game before being relieved. And she pitched the entire semifinal game against the Mavericks, a tough 3-1 victory. Just the previous game, and they played these games back to back, so she's got to be tired. And it's altitude. It's over 5,000 feet in the air on a mountain. Temperatures are hot and hotter. Another foul ball. So this batter 0-0 is really beginning to measure up to Souza. I would imagine that Coach Shiltanen and Camille Pratt-Chapman might dial up something a little different here. There's an off-speed pitch that's also fouled off to the right, so everything she throws, this batter is right on top of it. It makes you wonder what can be done. Do you keep trying to locate the fastball and hoping the location can throw her off, or do you mix it up with a changeup? Souza also features a rise and a drop ball, and so we'll see what she does here. There's a rise ball, seeing if the batter will chase. It's a good 0-2 pitch. She did not chase. It's another foul ball. Wow, what a battle. Another foul ball. That's the 6th foul ball. And it makes you wonder if there's a pitch left in Souza's arsenal that can deal with this batter. She seems to be right on top of everything and just missing it. So we'll see what Coach Shiltanen and Pratt-Chapman dial up for Souza to throw. And she, of course, launches it into left field. Oh, my goodness. There's a play by Loudy, who comes racing across the field. Gets parallel to the ground, reaches out and makes the catch. Wow. Just wow. I'm not sure if I saw what I just saw. Umpire says that's an ESPN moment right there, and I have to agree with him. Can we see that again? She races over, reaches up, takes about 5 steps with her gloves up, and then dives for the ball, getting almost parallel to the ground. Rolls and secures a catch. What a play. What a play. That at bat spelled trouble for the Vipers from the very beginning. You'll see it again in fast motion. Loudy's very quick on her feet. You'll notice how decisive she was as she pursued that ball. But that's how she plays. She's all out hustle all the time, even in warm-ups. Before this game, Loudy was diving for balls that were hit. She came up with a bloody nose. There's some kids who expect to show well during games, but then there are other kids who are going hard all the time. And it carries over to the games because it's a habit. And of course, as the softball adage goes, you make a great play in the field and you're the first up the next inning. So here's Edilauti to lead off the first inning for the Vipers. She takes the first pitch for strike 1. The damage was limited, thanks to a double play and an amazing catch. The Vipers are down 2-0. It could have been much, much worse. When you think about it, if those plays aren't made, if the Cheney's not able to turn that double play and Loudy doesn't make that diving catch, you've at least got 3-0, maybe 4, and counting. There's a ball hit to left field. It gets past the third baseman. Oh, Loudy's trips over first base, but then they throw the ball away and she scoots towards second base. I'm not sure what happened. Looked like she tripped over the base. Let's take a look at that. Here we go. Let's see if she was tripped or no. She didn't trip. It looked like she stumbled over the base and took a second to gather and compose herself. But the play is still live, and so the throw is coming into first base, but it's low. Scoots past the first basewoman. The right fielder's not backing her up, so Loudy then accepts the free base and heads towards second base. And here's Amara McAvoy, who's been a hot hitter lately. Got a single, a double, a triple in the last couple of games. So she's been swinging the bat really well. Swing and miss. Loudy is dancing off first base, forcing a throw. Her goal is to force a throw there, and if the catcher throws behind her, she may scoot to third base. But these Vipers have been. You see Etta Loudy dancing off the second base again, and until that second baseman comes over to force her back to second base, she doesn't head back. Again, forcing the action, putting a little bit of pressure on the defense. Loudy takes off for third base. McAvoy's out at first. But she moves Etta to third base. Up steps Margaret Weaver. The third hitter in the lineup with a runner in scoring position. 1 out. Strike one, looking. This timeout as Weaver steps away from the plate. There seems to be something going on with Loudy. I think she has a bloody nose. So this altitude really can affect players in myriad ways. I told you that Loudy was diving in warm-ups, catching balls. So they've had to remove her. The altitude is getting to her a little bit with a bloody nose. She has to come out, and at least Brill, number 5, comes in to pinch run at third base. That runner, there's a ball that's hit to short infield, right behind the pitcher's mound. Shortstop comes over, catches it, throws the third, Brill is back in time. So there was an opportunity for Weaver to deliver, and unfortunately she wasn't able to. Up steps Leah Bell. That pinch runner on third base, because of the medical situation, is not a straight sub. Now there's a drive to left field. The first pitch off Bell's bat. Runner scores. Bell around second. Ball's thrown away, and of course, with her speed, she easily takes third base. What a clutch play. What a clutch play from the number 4 batter in the lineup, Leah Bell. Up steps number 30, the 5th batter in the lineup, Marianne Tanner, who's going to try to keep this rally going. With Bell on third base, this is an opportunity for the Vipers to get right back in this game and tie it up with a base hit. Tanner measures the plate. First pitch is driven to left center field for a clean base hit. Bell comes in to score, and the game is tied 2-2. We have ourselves a ball game, folks. Marianne jumped on the first pitch she saw and dropped it right in between left and right field. Bell scoots home easily, and the Vipers are in business. They've matched the Thundercats. 2 runs on the board here, and up steps 99, first basewoman Sophia Rako. Swinging with strike one. Rako has also been a hot hand of this tournament. She's hovered around the 500 mark for all 6 games. And has been a consistent contributor on offense as well as defense. And the ball is hit to the third baseman, he's unable to handle it. The ball was hit pretty hard until it carried off her glove. Rako cruises into first base for a single. Tanner scoots over to second base. Here come the Vipers. The Rocklin coaches and players are conferencing. They don't want to get this thing to get out away from them. They jumped out to an early 2-0 lead. The Vipers have stormed back, and now they have 2 runners on with hot swing Annabelle Casanova up to bat. With fleet-footed Tanner on second base, a simple hit to score a run. And there's a ball that's popped up to the infield on the edge of the grass. Shortstop comes over, and she plows into the second basewoman. Oh my goodness. Did she hold on to it? Yes, she did. The Thundercats get out of that inning in a most painful way. Let's take a look at that again. As the ball's at the edge of the grass, the second basewoman is backpedaling, and the shortstop just plows into her. Both of their eyes are on the ball, but no one must have called it, at least not loud enough to ward off the teammate. Let's take a look at that again. Wow. Hopefully that young lady doesn't have a concussion. And she did her best middle linebacker imitation, applauding her teammate. She seems no worse for the wear though, and now Rocklin is up to bat with this game tied 2-2. Swing and it's strike one. These teams are really bringing intensity today and passion. You hear them in the background in both dugouts. There's a ball that's hit to... Oh, what a nice diving catch by Lottie. She ranges to her left, all right. Gets parallel to the ground and makes a diving catch. Let's see that again. That ball looks like it's a base hit all the way. She reaches out, fully extends, and makes the catch. What a tremendous play. That's got to be the second or third play that she's made like that in this game, and she's been making plays like that all weekend, not just with her glove, but also with the bat. The game before this against the Mavericks in the semifinals, she was responsible or had a hand in all 3 of the runs. She led off with a triple and scored an opening run, and then later in the game, she drove a ball over the left center field fence for a 3-run home run. She's picked up right where she left off today. And now Susie seems to have settled in a little bit, and she's beginning to paint the inside and outside corners with her pitches. Those plays are momentum-shifting plays. Just when one team seems ready to surge ahead or be in position to do something, someone on one of these teams does something that puts an immediate stop to the momentum of the opponent. There's a ball grounded to shortstop. Lottie gets it in rhythm and throws to Sophia Rako for the out. Defensively, the Vipers really appear to be stout. Let's take a look at that again. Let's see how low she's able to get on the ground to field this ball. She approaches it, gets low, gets her glove dirty. You can see the dirt pop up from the bottom of her glove, and then in rhythm takes one step and releases it. Lottie's really putting on a show in this inning.
Watch her. She's doing diving catches. You're not seeing any.
You hear the parents in the background asking their little ones to come watch what's happening.
You see her turn flip?
They recognize something special is going on in Vipers defensively today, specifically Lottie's defensively.
You're supposed to get that. Yeah, I'm good.
Foul ball, strike one. Thundercats have not spared their intensity at all. They're still pushing forward. You can see they are determined to match the intensity level of the Vipers and remain competitive. They fully expect to win this game. They are the prohibitive favorites. There's a ball driven to center field. Tanner nests under it. You hear Coach Klein shouts out, "That's how you play center field." It's a nice play by Tanner. Let's take a look at that again. Let's slow it down a little bit. The ball's hit. She comes in first, but then realizes it's hit a little bit harder than she thought. She takes a couple steps back and then scoots to the side, gathers herself, makes a nice catch, and you see the left fielder, Leah Bowers, sprinting over for the nice backup in case that ball gets past. Let's see if we can sneak in another look at that play made by Loudy in the last inning. Great play. So now as we head to the bottom of the second inning, the Vipers have held serve in the top half of the second inning, fueled by some great defensive plays by Loudy. But at some point, you have to start scoring runs. Up steps number 8, Mia Souza. First pitch is driven to right field. She hustles down to first base. Safe. A nice opening line drive. Solid base hit by number 8, Mia Souza. In comes number 15, Cecilia Tomczak, as a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Mia Souza. Tomczak represents the go-ahead run. The game tied 2-2 with nobody out. She's an important runner, and Addie Cheney wants to get her in a scoring position. Ooh, the ball hit her on the first pitch. She hustles down to first base. Tomczak slides to second. That's a tough way to do it, but it's effective. She looks to be okay.
Have some fun, Nani.
Up steps number 22, Alana Berger-Moody. The crowd is really into this game. The dugout environment is intense. The go-ahead run is at second base. Nobody out. They've got the makings of a rally, and up steps the DP. Alana Berger-Moody, swing and miss. I'm telling you, you have to be here. This environment is pure electricity.
Have some fun, Nani.
This is an intense matchup. The environment here is electric. The crowd, the teams. We've got a 2-2 tie ball game. Swing and a miss. Berger-Moody goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. Up steps Etzelavi. There's a ball that's hit sharply.
Good try, Caitlin.
Great play by Rocklin. Well struck by Loudy. Hit to third base. Who converted the out but failed to get the double play. So now, all of a sudden, what started off so promising, the Vipers now have 2 outs. Runners still in scoring position, and it's up to Amara Mack to strike a blow. There's a ball hit down the left field line. Foul ball. What a big spot for McAvoy. No balls. 2 strikes. 2-2 score. Second half of the second inning. 2 outs. 2 runners on. And number 2 at the plate. Base hit. 1 run in. Cheney scoots into third base. McAvoy delivers. Wow. What a big spot. What a clutch hit by number 2. And up steps number 10, Margaret Weaver. There's a ball hit to third base. First pitch swinging. Third basewoman can't handle it. Runner scores. They go up 4-2. Weaver safe at first.
Shake it off, kid. Shake it off. Next one.
A critical error by the third basewoman. She just couldn't handle that ball, and up steps Leah Bell. Inside, ball 1. The Vipers have stretched their lead to 4-2. And with this powerful Rocklin offense, there's no assurance that that's going to be enough. This is going to be more of a high-scoring affair. There's a ball hit down the third base line. It's called foul. Coach Klein is protesting. He's pointing at the chalk. Incredulous. He can't believe it. He's pointing to the chalk. Coach Klein thinks that's fair, and let's see, it lands clearly outside of the third base line, but Coach Klein sees that dust, that chalk pop up, and he thinks it's fair. Good call by Blue. Vipers have stretched their lead to 4-2. The heart of their order up. 2 runners on, there's another foul ball. Marianne Tanner is on deck. Weaver's on second. McAvoy's on first. Ball, real high and outside. Another foul ball. Oh my! Oh my! It's deep! It's out of here! It is absolute bedlam here in Lake Tahoe as Bell crushes a pitch to left center field. Let's look at that again. These Vipers have just exploded. I think we've got 2 angles on this. First from behind the plate. And it leaves here in a hurry. The second angle is from the family section. The Bell family has a nice contingency here today. Let's see what it looks like from that angle.
That's what I'm talking about.
Don't touch her! Don't touch her! Don't touch her! Don't touch her! We learned, Blue!
That's our daughter out here.
Leah, you did it!
Let's go, Sid!
Did I tell you the fans were into it? second base. Second baseman drifts back and makes the catch, but not before the Vipers scratch across 5 runs. We're up 7-2. Coach Klein is imploring his team to stay focused. As you know, go to the top of the 3rd inning. Time is now a factor. Mia Souza toes the rubber with the 5-run lead. Addie Cheney makes the catch. 1 down. The Vipers would love nothing more than to have a shutdown inning here, meaning after they score those 5 runs to shut down the opponent. Swing and a miss. And 12 goes down on strikes. The T-Cats have 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. And up steps one of their better hitters, number 28, who promptly lines the ball into the gap. Heads to the wall as she scoots around first base and heads into second. The throw is not in time. She's safe at 2. For a 2-out double as the Thundercats try to scratch away at this 5-run Viper lead. Strike 1. Souza staying on the outside part of the plate. Notice that she's hitting her spots as Pat Chapman looks over to Coach Sultanen. Then sets up outside again. Let's see if she hits her spot again. That one ran back inside. Souza's been working the corners pretty aggressively, as well as mixing in her other assortment of pitches. There's a ball that's hit. Foul. Pat Chapman was trying to orient herself to the direction of the ball, but was unable to. Good hustle by number 7. Coach Klein tells Pat Chapman, good job.
We're going to take that helmet off.
Now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, Souza steps back on the mound. Ball in the dirt. Runner advances on the wild pitch. So now we've got a runner at 3rd base with 2 outs. There we see Coach Sultanen giving the signs to Pat Chapman. Both the pitch, the location. Here's an inside fastball that didn't tail back over the plate. It stayed outside of the zone. Foul ball. Strike 3. And just like that, a shutdown inning for the Vipers. They fortified their lead at 7-2. There you see it's on the outside half of the plate. She swings through it for another strikeout. Heading to the bottom of the 3rd. Time is now really a factor. The Vipers start off with Sophia Rayco. Takes low, ball one. The ball grounded to the pitcher. Calmly scoops it up, throws it to first base for the first out of the inning. And up steps number 19, Annabelle Castronovo. Right on the outside corner.
All day long.
Hey, Allie, everything's to you.
There's a ball hitting to the gap. Right center field. They're giving it chase. Castronovo turns the corner, motors into second base standing up for a stand-up double. Castronovo, the crowd is going crazy. Castronovo is dancing on second base. Wow, these kids are having fun. Let's actually see that again. Take a look at this. I don't know what dance move that is, but the crowd loves it. They're playing loose. They're playing fast. They're playing confidently. And up steps Mia Susan. Started off that 5-run rally last inning with a line drive to right field. Starts off with a foul ball for strike one. He steps back in. Ball outside. Ball inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Susan's battled to a full count here with a runner in scoring position and 1 out.
Nice, Allie. Good play.
Ball is hit, fielded by the third baseman.
Good work, Allie.
In the air for the second out of the inning. And up steps Sandy Cheney. Ball 1 in the dirt. Castronovo thinks about heading to third, but changes her mind and scoots back to second base. That ball does get past the catcher. A wild pitch from number 22, who's got to be tired. She's pitched a couple of games in this tournament so far, including the previous game. And the Vipers' offense is relentless. Castronovo is coming down the line. There's a tag. She's out at home plate. Will that be a momentum shifter? Let's take a look at that again. The ball gets past the catcher, and Castronovo makes the decision to go. And she comes hard down the line. The pitcher covers. The ball's there in plenty of time. She goes to tag her. Castronovo tries to slide under the tag. And boy, that's close. Let's take a look at it. Freeze it right there if you could. Right there. It looks like she may have gotten under it. But that's a tough call, and the ball was there before Cashinova, without a doubt. So now with time running out, the score is 7-2. The Thundercats are looking for this inning and at least one more, and intend to claw back. One run at a time. They need at least to scratch across a couple this inning to get back in this game. Ball. Ball's hitting to left field. Leah Bell scoops it up. Is able to hold her to a single.
Here we go, Sharon. Here we go, kids. Bring around.
This is the same batter who hit a ball to right center field and advanced to second base, reading the center fielder. This time she was unable to advance and stayed at first base. No outs, one runner on, one ball, no strike count.
Let's go, kids.
Ball two inside. Batter's up 2-0. She's gotten ahead early in this count. So Souza's walking a fine line here. One throw down by Camille Pratt Chapman, very close. Let's take a look at that again. That was very close. Chapman possesses a very strong arm, and you see here as Reiko turns, the ball is there before the runner, but as she goes to apply the tag, the runner slips her foot in just underneath the glove. Fans have been wondering why Pratt Chapman doesn't do more of it. With her arm, you think she's going to catch a runner sooner or later and at least give the opposing coaches and players something to think about to slow down that running game.
Go protect, baby.
2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 7-2 game. Nobody out. Foul ball. Still 2-2. Strike 3. Frozer. It was a beautiful pitch. Let's take a look at that again. Right on the inside corner of the plate. She freezes her like a popsicle for the first out of the inning. What a big strike out there for Souza, not to let this inning get away from her. Up steps 0-0. Foul ball, straight back. Well, she's definitely not fooled by that pitch. She just barely missed it. And with her power, this is a dangerous situation for the Vipers. 1 runner on, 1 out. The heart of the lineup is up. And the ball hit second base. They get the runner at second base. Lauti tries to turn 2, but is unable to do so. Up steps 88. With 2 outs and a runner still at first base. Foul ball off to the right side. There's a ball hit to second base, and Addie Cheney gets it back in. It falls right in between the second baseman and the right fielder for a single. Up steps the next batter. Swing and a miss for strike one. The runner walks or jogs to second base. Literally just walked to second base. And it was so odd, I think it caught the Vipers' defense off guard. And just walked to second base. In the dirt. Sometimes base runners will do that. They will walk or jog to second base, hoping to draw a throw, and to be able to advance that runner from third base. But down 5 runs, that seems a little bit unlikely. I think she may have just lost her bearings there. Souza comes back to the mound, gets the signal from Pratt Chapman, and the pitch is low and inside for the ball. Good play by Pratt Chapman. 2 balls, 1 strike. Chapman sets that upside. Ball runs back inside dangerously.
Good at bat, Audrey.
There's a walk. The bases are loaded.
Don't think too much.
All of a sudden in a 5-run game, the bases are loaded with only with 2 outs. There are 2 outs. But this is a situation where Rocklin needs to come through with a hit or something. They need some runs here in a big way. So let's see.
Dig it out, yeah!
She boots it.
Stay there, Allie. Nice.
She boots a ground ball, and run comes across the plate and scores. McAvoy's been playing steadily of late. That's an uncharacteristic error, but an error nonetheless, and the defense will try to gather itself and secure the 3rd out of this inning. Foul ball.
Hey, I like it. That's not bad, Teal.
Score is now 7-3. Vipers over the T-Cats. Likely one more inning to play after this. Thundercats are clawing their way back into this game. aided by a couple of defensive errors, one by the third basewoman, McAvoy, and another by the second basewoman, Addie Cheney. Both brought
Now we got a ball game.
runs in the score, and Thundercats are still alive.
Camille Pratt Chapman calls timeout to settle her pitcher down. What a great move by Pratt Chapman. Good leadership out there. The environment is getting a little bit hostile, and he knows it's a good moment. The umpire knows what she's doing. While he can appreciate it, he can't allow too much of that, and so he says, "Come on, ladies, let's go."
Baby Teal.
And the chant goes up from the T-Cats faithful, telling the Vipers they can't hear them. Swing and a miss. The only problem with that is that it just riles up the Vipers even more. There's another swing and a miss. Ball high. These two teams have been going at it all day on the field and in the dugout. But it's all coming to a head now. Foul ball.
That's how you battle. Every pitch, you're hurting her a little bit.
Here we go, kid.
Just missed for a ball. A flare to first basewoman Sophia Rayco, and the inning is over. Rocklin scratches back. It's now down only by 1 run. So just as the Vipers were beginning to pull away, the T-Cats come roaring back, and now only trail by just a 1 run. Slide outside corner of the plate. Cheney steps out to regroup, gets the sign from Coach Klein, and steps back in. A little bit high. There's a drive to right field. For a nice hit by Addie Cheney. Up steps Alana Berger-Moody, who will be tasked with trying to move that runner over to second base. You've got Berger-Moody, and then Loudy, followed by McAvoy and Weaver. There's a sacrifice bunt on the first base line. Successfully done. Trying to move to second base. Up steps Loudy. Now yesterday, or earlier in the tournament, we had Loudy really flashing her power. Here's what happened yesterday. This has to be on the mind of the T-Cats because they know what Loudy's capable of. She drove that ball deep to left center field over the fence for a home run. Critical moment in the game as this tournament unfolded, and she's really put on a show this weekend, hitting over 600 and hitting a couple of home runs, diving catches and plays in the field. And that was a no-doubter that had the team dancing at home plate. Let's look at it again in slow motion. Again, coaches were in the stand watching this, so no doubt in this big spot, this is what's on their mind. She sends that ball high into the alpine sky, races down the first base line. You'll see her coach raise her hand. She knows right away that ball's out of here. So that has to be on the mind of the Thundercats as Loudy steps to the plate in this big situation. They've got a runner in scoring position. The top of the lineup is now up. Let's see how this unfolds. Well struck down the right field corner. Falls in, and Loudy turns on the Jets. Races past second. Coach Klein waves in Cheney. Loudy stands up at third for a triple. An RBI triple. And just like that, the Vipers reclaim one of the runs that were taken away by the T-Cats in the top half of the inning. The score is now 8-6. And up steps Amara McAvoy with one out. Looking to drive in a run. A simple ground ball to the right side of the infield will do the job, or maybe even a fly ball to deep outfield. Loudy will tag up and go home and try to stretch this lead. 2 runs is still uncomfortable. The Vipers are looking, as time is beginning to wind down, if they can get a lead of 3 runs or better, they'll like their chances a whole lot more heading into the final inning. Ball. Squares bunt, pulls it back. Ball's a little bit low. McAvoy draws the walk. Now you've got a runner to the corner with Weaver coming up. T-Cats call timeout to strategize about how to approach the situation. You've got a number 3 hitter coming up. Runner to the corners. Ground ball to the right side. Scores a run and would put the Vipers up by 3. Right now they're up 2. And you can rest assured McAvoy will likely be stealing on the first pitch. Try to get both runners in scoring position. Coach Klein tells Margaret Weaver to come join the conference. Don't leave too soon. Now the conference is over and she's back up to hit, and we'll see how this pans out. This is a pretty critical situation. Oftentimes in this situation, coaches will fake the throw to second base because they know the runner's going to steal, and they'll throw down to third base to try to trick that runner off of third. Unfortunately, that's often a good pitch to hit. The pitchers know that the batters are taking. Weaver squares, pulls it back. It's right down the middle. McAvoy predictably scoots down to second base. And now Weaver's got 2 strikes to work with. Drive in at least 1 run with a ground ball, maybe a sacrifice. Even a bunt might work. She takes inside for ball 1. Counts even 1-1. But she's got to deliver here. Put the ball in play, preferably to the right side. Base hit with McAvoy's speed could potentially get 2 in. There's a ball hit to the right side of the infield. It gets through. 1 run's in. 2 runs in. And the Vipers are up 10-6. An air of inevitability has begun to creep in here. Ball 1. Catcher throws down to first base. Weaver easily steps back in the bag. Bell's already homered once today. And here she is with the Vipers up 10-6 and 1 out. There's a ball hit to center. Runners are safe all the way around. We apologize for technical difficulties. There was one spot in the tape where we couldn't remove the sunlight. Fortunately, most of the tape we were able to get that out, but that one scene we weren't able to. So up comes Tanner. With only one out and 2 runners on. Ball gets away from the catcher. Both runners advance. And now Tanner has runners in scoring position at second and third with only 1 out. Squares around and she does bunt. Umpire calls her out. She touched the ball with her feet while outside of the batter's box. And it's an automatic out for the second out of the inning. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Yep, absolutely. Her foot touches the ball right there. She is outside of the box. Great call by the umpire. And so that's an automatic out. And now with 2 outs, runners at second and third, out comes a hot-hitting Sophia Rayco. That was a good-looking pitch, but Sophia's got a keen eye and decided not to swing at it, and the umpire agreed with her. That was outside the strike zone for ball 1. Coach Klein reminds his base runners to make sure they get good leads with 2 outs. With 2 outs, there's no reason to hang on around the bases. You can go. Just don't run into an out since there's no force play. Likely hoping that runners will both score on a hit. And Winston ready. Foul ball. Strike 2. Ball outside and high. 2-2 count for Rayco. 2 runners on. There's a ball hit. Center field. You're just going to have to trust us on this one. We can't really show you the camera angle. But it was caught by the center fielder for the 3rd out of the inning.
No. It's 10-6.
Up comes the T-Cats in what could be their final at-bat of the game. We got about 10 minutes left in the game here, and so the T-Cats will need to do some damage here. And then if they're not able to completely tie the game, they'll have to make quick work of the Vipers to have a chance to get back up again. Foul back. Ball. There seems to be an energy switch here. The T-Cats are still game. They're still cheering. They're still into this game, but the Vipers have begun to assert themselves here. There's a ball popped up to the left side. McAvoy camps under it and makes the out. There's the old traditional Vipers cheer you're beginning to hear in the crowd. feel it now. They know they've got to navigate one, maybe two more innings. Strike one. And the way Souza's pitching, all her pitches seem to be working. She's working inside, outside, high and low. She's mixing in her screwball with her rise ball, her drop ball, her fastball's working, the changeup is on. Pratt Chapman and Coach Sultana have a good rapport going. Ball inside. You're seeing T-Cats chase pitches up as they continue to rise with their rise ball, and they dive into the right-handed batter on the screwball. They're really having a hard time with it this evening. There's a ball pushed to the left side, foul ball, strike two. This is the second batter in the lineup, so here we have the top of the order for the T-Cats. If they're going to do any damage, you'd think this would be when they did it. There's a ball fouled back.
Oh, you guys found the perfect spot.
They've gotten 5 hits this afternoon. The number 1 hitter had 2 hits. The number 3 hitter had 2 hits. The rest of the team only has 1. And so here the number 2 hitters up to bat, and the Vipers have to feel good about their chances if they can get past the number 2 and 3 hitters. Ball high. What a good at bat. She's really battling down 2 strikes. The count has now been pushed to 2-2. As she battles with Mia Souza. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pratt Chapman alertly jumps up, tags the runner just to make sure. That ball may have touched the dirt, and so she wanted to make sure to count for the drop first strike. And here comes big number 33. She led off the game in the first inning, her first at bat with a double, the one that was pushed to Tanner, and she took second base and challenged the outfielder's arm for the Vipers. So let's see what happens here. There's a big spot inside, down 4 runs, time running out. She knows that with 2 outs, she's got to do something to get her team going. Big swing and a foul off to the right side. Oh, the ball jumps off her bat. The T-Cats are expecting to get a run on the board right here, as their number 3 hitter has been pounding the ball today. High ball. Hit hard down the right field line. Again, if that ball's fair, it's trouble. She's unable to catch up to a Souza fastball. Another ball, well struck. But hit foul. Well, this is a tough call because she's behind. So Coach Sultanen and Camille Pratt Chapman don't want to throw the changeup. They put it right in her wheelhouse, so let's see what they do instead. Ball's well hit. Taken by Lowdy. In the rhythm, throws to first base, backed up by Weaver, and there's a third out of the inning. And after 4.5. Vipers 10. Thundercats 6. We got about 7 minutes left. And the Thundercats are saying, we don't want to warm up. We know that we're fighting the clock here. And so we're just going to pitch and play right now. Teams know in a timed game that they just don't have much margin for error. They've got to hustle in and hustle out of their positions, and given the situation, they are determined to move expeditiously. The only problem with that is that the catcher is not quite ready yet. Vipers coaches hustle down to first and third base. And while the Thundercats are not warming up, they can't start without their catcher.
Here we go.
She's here. Up steps Annabelle Castanova. I'm telling you, these Vipers will give you chills. I think they smell blood in the water. There's a ground ball. The pitcher who easily throws it over to first base. You hear the groans from the crowd as the batter, Souza, calls time to get her shoe tied. Safety first. But the timing of that is dubious as the Thundercat faithful are desperately looking for anything they can do to get out of this inning quickly so that they'll still have time to bat in the next inning. And the Vipers are in no rush here. They're up 4. Only a few minutes left in regulation. The Vipers are literally having a party in their dugout. Ball to the pitcher. Quickly throws it to first base for the second out of the inning. Time is winding down here. Thundercats are desperate to get this out quickly so they'll have a chance to bat. If not, if the Vipers somehow extend this inning, that could very well be it. Base hit right field. Cheney rounds the corner at first for a huge hit. And that may have torpedoed the Thundercats' hopes of getting another opportunity here. Very likely Burger Movie won't even swing here. If they can just get a few pitches, this game will be over. Ball 1. Addie Cheney planted on first base. Right, Cheney takes off for second, and she slides in safely. Oh my goodness. In this situation, if she's thrown out, the inning flips over with only a few seconds to go. It's incredible that she attempted to steal there. I highly doubt Coach Klein called that play. Cheney must have stolen it on her own. And wow, all you can say is wow. Bergamoody scores up, takes another pitch, and swings at strike 3, and that's the ball game. Lots of high fives and hugs on the Viper sideline, and the agony of defeat on the Thundercats sideline. They have nothing to hang their heads about. This is a great game by both teams. Great softball today and a great show of sportsmanship by both teams. Coaches shake hands, acknowledging each other, and the umpire gives Lauti a game ball for her tremendous play defensively today and her clutch triple at the end of the game. The umpire then heads over to the Vipers sideline and has another game ball that he's giving to number 6, Leah Bell, who just got it to acknowledge her home run this afternoon, the 3-run shot that extended the lead. Congratulations, Oakland Vipers, and to a game Rocklin Thundercats squad. Now we'll commence with the awards ceremony as the parents come out from the stands, cameras in hand. Both players, players from each team line their respective baselines. Tournament director thanks everyone for attending.
Here we go. I can read it, sort of. All right. Rocklin Thundercats.
Acknowledges the Rocklin Thundercats. Both sides give a nice round of applause to a game Rocklin team. The coach accepts the award and then gets the medals for individual players, and will begin the process of distributing them. Well-earned second place finish by Rocklin today. They just ran into a buzzsaw from the Vipers.
inning. Eddie Aaliyah Mesker-Irwin, we love you! I'm just going to have to take a second. We all got to witness something this weekend that I don't know that we'll ever see again. It was the best weekend I've ever seen at Tahoe. Real, I told you were going to be part of this, am I right? You did a great job, Elise. Cecilia, you were huge all weekend. Powers, I got nothing else to say, but I love you. Not my kid, I just love you. I don't have a kid. Sophia, hit after hit after hit, Sophia. Annabelle, they always move in and they should move out. Annabelle! Oh my gosh. Everywhere, all the time. Alana, we love you! Do we have any more awards? I'm a little short. Tournament director lead.
Cut them in half.
We'll find it a way. We'll find a way. Okay? I'm just telling you, we're going to go down the line. We'll find a way. Okay? All right. Amara, you played the best weekend you've ever had, Amara. Don't worry, we're going to get more. I'm going to order them myself. Camille, you were behind the plate for the win! Sorry to make you sit through this, you don't have to. I'm really sorry. Marianne, you had the best weekend you've ever had. It was awesome to watch! Well, I'm going to order you myself. It'll be a big fat one. Okay? Margaret, that huge hit in that last game was huge! Hey! That home run that you hit was amazing! Coaches, I love you! Thank you all. Sorry to make you sit there. Here you go, my bird! Yeah, there you go.
I don't think we've ever seen Coach Klein quite so overcome with emotion. He was spotted in tears during the game as kids were diving for balls, and Ed Alauti especially was parallel to the ground making amazing catches, and Coach Klein was just overcome. It really was a phenomenal performance by the team, by Alauti, by Souza, by several of the Vipers players. The entire team, the dugout had a part in it. The crowd was amazing, and it was well-earned victory. Congratulations to the Oakland Vipers.